So why don't we start out, what's your name, and how come you have so much stuff on your bike?
My name is Matt Picio. I'm the president of Cycle Wild, which is an organization dedicated to reconnecting people with nature via the bicycle. And I've got so much stuff on my bike because I'm out bike camping.
Wow, and so, first of all, tell me a little bit more about Cycle Wild.
Well, Cycle Wild is a group that was formed a little bit more than a year ago, basically to get people out of the city and back into the wild, reacquaint people with nature without having to use an automobile.
And how does it work?
Well, generally we post rides every couple weeks, and people come out on the rides. There's no cost involved other than whatever it might cost for a campsite. If there are campsite fees, usually people chip in a couple bucks for firewood. But otherwise, it's completely free, community service.
And where do you post them?
Various forums. Cycle Wild has a website, which is cyclewild.org. There's a forum on there. We post the shift list. We post on Facebook under the group for Cycle Wild, and also to bikeforums.net.
Cool. And can you tell me a little bit about what you're carrying on your bike that maybe other people might not have on their bikes?
Well, I tend to travel a lot heavier loaded than most people, so I'm not exactly the best example of a camper, but I'm pretty full featured here. I've got a handlebar bag that has got my camera, spare batteries, maps and whatnot. The two front panniers have got half my clothes and my sleeping bag. I usually have a camp pad on the back here, and then I've also got my kitchen gear, and on the other side just the rest of the accessories. I tend to be way more heavily loaded than most because of the coolers that I've got on the back, which I usually have filled up with ice and carry out milk, eggs, bacon.
Wow, and so when you say
luxuries.
Kitchen gear, does it include anything like, do you really bring the kitchen sink?
In my case, yes, I actually do have a collapsible kitchen sink that's 10 liters and I can use to wash dishes.
And what do you think was the most unusual item you brought this trip?
The most unusual item would probably be the collapsing wine glass.
Wow, I'd have to actually vote for the chocolate ice cream. That was really a surprise to see after 65 miles up a hill.
Well, when you have a cooler on the back and you have some dry ice, you can have the little luxuries like that.
Well, thanks for a great trip.
Thanks.